All right, welcome back to Satisfactory. As you can see, we are just about done with the requirements for completing phase 3. We're waiting for two more vehicular engines to come on down. Should be coming down any second now. There's one of them, and the other one was already coming down and I didn't see it. These are the last two that we need, and we can send up the base elevator. So I'm gonna try to shut these off before they make any more. We're gonna miss this one by a little bit. Yep, that's okay. Now we have 501 vehicular engines. But we'll go ahead and send this guy off. And we are now in phase 4. Finally. Feels like it has been forever since we phased up. So, with phase 4, we unlock tier 7 and 8 of the unlock system. I actually have not made it this far before. So this is all new to me. I've only made it to tier 3, or phase 3. I have not completed phase 3 before. So I'm seeing that the bauxite refinement is probably the first thing that we're going to need to do, as there's a lot of aluminum required, or aluminium as some might say. I'm seeing nuclear power. There's a couple of things that we didn't finish in tier 4 and 5. The hypertubes I can go ahead and take care of if I want to, and the same with the blueprints. Go ahead and throw those in. And I will run up and grab what I need for the hypertubes really quick. Alright, so those are both set up to be completed. I am just going to hold on to them because I want to put everything in for the bauxite refinement. Let me go grab all of this stuff. Alright, and now we will go ahead and send this off.
Milestone reached. Quartz and bauxite scanning unlocked. A new generation of basic aluminum parts is now available, which can be considered.
Now we have access to bauxite, which I'm not familiar with. I've never used it before. See if there is any around me. There is one right here, and there's a nice little set of them here and a normal node. So this will probably be what we're shooting for, I think. I'm gonna take a look. We have the blender, which we can't use just yet. We also unlocked, I guess that was it. That's all we've unlocked so far. So maybe worth our time to get what we're gonna need for. Yeah, I can't do the gas match just yet, but I want to get the tier 5 belts more than anything. Obviously we won't be able to get it until we start producing the aluminum. So I think it would be good to prepare to head over to the bauxite and see what we can do with it. I'm gonna grab a couple of portable miners. Make sure I have everything I might need. Alright, and we're gonna head off. I will meet you over there. Got a little marker. It's only about 1,500 meters away, but I know this area has been kind of a pain for me lately, so I may just foundation my way over there to make sure I have an easy way to access it again. Alright, made it over to the bauxite. However, it is guarded by 3 of the radioactive chargers, I think they're called. And we're not really in a place where we can deal with that at the moment. I tried killing one with the rifle. Didn't really do too much. So, we're gonna reroute. We'll come back over here a little bit later once we have a little bit of a better handle on those. Specifically, I kind of need the hazmat suit to deal with them. Just because they do so much radiation damage once they get close to you. And I don't know if their bodies also cause radiation damage once they die, but there's also like one right here. It's a little bit of a chore to deal with. So we'll deal with just having one node for right now. And we'll go look at some of the other ones that we might be able to use. Alright, so this is our first instance of bauxite. Let's build a nice little miner here. Face it this way, I suppose. My hope is to connect the train station to this, so that I can bring everything back, but we'll see. Start like this. I'm going to assume that it needs a smelter in front of it. Looks like I was incorrect. Alright, looks like we'll have to turn the bauxite into a luminous solution, which will turn into the bauxite ore plus water will make a luminous solution with silica. We'll need a refinery, and I do not have motors with me, so let me go grab those really quick. Okay, I should have connected the power before I came over here, but that is okay. So this will feed into here once I put it the right way around. Need 180 water per minute. Fortunately, there is water right here that we can use. And I think it just starts out at a base 180, right? At 120, so it'll need that. That should start producing us a luminous scrap. I'm gonna go grab a power tower to connect over here. I'll say right there, I think. Alright, so everything should be on now. We're gonna shut this off just so that the water extractor can catch up. Oh, sorry, it's gotta be connected to that. Now everything should be on. And we're gonna give it a little bit to let the water extractor catch up to the pipe. And so now this is gonna produce a luminous solution and silica. The aluminum solution we can put into another refinery with coal to make the aluminum scrap. And it'll also produce water. So we'll have to figure out what to do with the water. Depending on how much it produces, we might just be able to feed it back into it. So we have coal nearby. 300 meters away that way. So we'll put down another miner here. And I think it's easier to just run a really long belt. I know it's a little bit tacky, um, but we're kind of just learning right now. I don't want to spend a bunch of time trying to figure out the most optimal way to deliver this stuff. And it's only one node, so realistically, it's not going to hurt too bad to have it look a little bit janky for right now. Okay, we'll need another refinery. We'll put it facing this way, I think. A little bit more foundation out here. Hook up the coal to the power. And we'll need to check and see how much coal per minute it's going to require. We'd like aluminum scrap. It's going to take 120 per minute, which is, I believe, how much we're producing. Good. I like when the numbers just kind of round out automatically. We're going to be producing 120 alumina solution, sorry. And this will require 240. So we'll technically need 2 refineries of bauxite, which means doubling the production of this. What we could do is just double the production of both of these, but we will have 100 silica to work with per minute. But if I checked everything correctly, right in. After the alumina scrap makes the alumina ingot, you'll need 5 silica per 6 aluminum scrap. This is made in an assembler, I believe, a foundry. So if we off the foundry, say here, we may need more than one, of course, but and we say you feed into this. Out of cables somehow. Let's see. So this is producing 120 water per minute. This is using 180. So we could just feed this back into itself. Like so. Put a few foundations down just to make it a little bit smoother. Put a junction on this, attach them, and we can just turn this down to 60 per minute, I think. This should be pumping 180 with the water. Okay, now it's producing 50 silica per minute. We'll put a tier 3 belts in just to over here. And this will produce aluminum ingots. Now this is producing 50 per minute, and this is going to use 75 per minute, and then 90 aluminum scrap, and this is making 360 per minute. As of right now, I don't think there's a way that I can like clean that number. Like, it's 360 is a ton that I don't think I'll be able to clean up. So we'll just have to let that be a really high number for right now. And yeah, we'll just kind of accept that. The problem is that this won't be getting enough water since that is not constantly going, right? So maybe I should just put it to 100%. This is going to be kind of tough. This is going to be really tricky to figure out, but I do need these aluminum ingots to continue forward. So we'll leave it like this for right now. We'll grab the industrial storage, put it right here, so that the foundry can itself empty, and that's not where the bottlenecking is. Okay, and so the goal is to have enough that we can turn in the Mark V logistics. So hopefully I can take these aluminum ingots and make these with it. I need copper ingots for that, so I'm gonna go. I need 100. Three makes 3, and I have 150 on me. I'll grab what's here already, and we will take off, get back to the base, grab some copper, and make these guys. Alright, have everything for the Mark V belts, which is pretty much the only reason I wanted to phase up more than anything else.
Improved conveyor belts and lifts can now be
They
constructed.
require the aluminum sheets to make, and they transport 780 resources, which is about 2/3 more what your 4 belts can do. But that is great because I really need to upgrade. The train overflow station, because as of right now, it is not offloading enough, and the trains are getting super backed up. So I'm hoping by giving it those tier 5 belts, be able to do that. Alright, so this will be my first time seeing the tier 5 belts ever. Hopefully I brought just enough to at least do one of the lines. Not sure exactly how much I need, but I want to just try and upgrade at least one of them. If I can get both of them, that would be awesome, but not totally okay. Is insanely fast. Like, it's just a blur. Wow. Cool. Well, that will all like help with the unload speed a bunch, since now we should be offloading a lot more stuff quickly. I'm gonna upgrade as much as I can of this belt as well. I'm definitely sure that I won't be able to get all of it. Yep. Like, that is it. But that is fine. At least it is somewhat upgraded. I do plan to finish upgrading this, so I'm going to go get what I need to do that, and I'm going to come back. Alright, while I am here, I figure the easiest way to get rid of the bottlenecking from the aluminum scrap would be to just toss a splitter on the belt and have it feed into this guy. Because obviously, if this is bottlenecked, then this is not producing silica like it's supposed to, and if this is not producing silica, then this is not producing aluminum ingots. So, you know, it slowly will work, but I need it working as efficiently as possible. So, now it will start pumping the water that it is supposed to, and the aluminum scrap will go in there, and this should never really run out. Like, yeah, it uses 90 a minute, but this is producing 360. Split that up to 180. I should have plenty. We'll grab all of this and we'll head back. We'll let this keep running. The plan is obviously not to keep it like that. I wanted to just kind of take a look at how it worked and what the requirements were going to be, and now that I know that it's going to be a pain, I can start planning for how I'm going to want it to work going forward. Alright, back here at the train station. The only thing I value more than my trains is knowledge. If you understand that reference, let me know in the comments, because I am old. We'll get all of these upgraded to tier 5. And that will help with the offloading of all of this material, hopefully. I'm trying to see what's actually going into the sink, but it's going so fast now that I actually can't tell. Looks like just copper sheets, wire, quartz crystal. There's silica's going in as well. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything that I've started picking up recently, but I think we're okay. Yeah, hopefully this will help with the unloading process. The two stations are completely full. Thinking putting a second sink down would not hurt us at all. That way these can just run into separate sinks and they'll go a little bit quicker. Cables, I probably should have picked some up while I was out. And this isn't super efficient in terms of do this in terms of like I don't know, I guess it is somewhat efficient, right? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think it'll help a bit with items getting synced off because they were kind of flooding right here. So seems to be helping a little bit. Alright, the train is on its way back right now. It's going to come in about 30 seconds. I just wanted to show you can see the front cargo was able to get completely unloaded. The secondary cargo is just about unloaded, but remember it was like, I think it was pretty full, maybe about halfway full. And these two were able to get about, this was able to get about, what, 10 of its rows unfilled, and this was able to get about 6. But I think a lot of these rows were wire, and wire is kind of the culprit for a lot of the problems that we've been having because it comes in stacks of 500. So the tier 4 belts weren't even doing a full stack of wire by themselves in 1 minute. Now with these belts, because we're running 780 resources a minute and we're doing that times 2, we're essentially running a little over 1500, 1560 to be exact, resources per minute into everything. And with the split in the sinks, there's no slowdown in that. Of course, there are 2 trains coming in that can slow us down a little bit. But you can see like the front cargoes are not really getting loaded as much because they're not getting as backed up since they've always been kind of loading on their own. So yeah, it's going to slow down when the trains are delivering. So like right now, we're going to have everything kind of stop being inputted. Very strange. I guess, yeah, maybe because the other train arrived before it, these were both full. So it actually couldn't unload anything at the time. But that problem will slowly get resolved. One thing we could do is go to a few of the stations and stop loading the back 2 cargoes so that these are only loaded by the other train, and the train prime, I guess we'll call it, is only loading into these 2. It will end up backing up the front 2 a little bit more, whereas like we could just kind of wait for these to unload on their own. I'll keep an eye on it. I mean, you can see like this one is already almost unloaded. It's these 2 spools of wire that are going to kind of take up most of the time. But with these, this has a lot of wire to unload in it, which is probably why it's so full all the time. But if we just give it some time, it should inevitably unload itself, right? I think we're ahead now of our pace of things being unloaded. So I'm going to trust that what I did is working. If I need to reconfigure how the trains are set up, then I will. But it looks like now with the tier 5 belts, we're doing better on the unloading situation, which is good. So I'm going to go grab some more aluminum and see if I can get this milestone completed. Alright, we're back here at the hub. I've made everything I need except for radio control units. So, radio control units are something that are new to us, and obviously they also have a component that we don't have, which is the crystal oscillator. These require the quartz crystal, cables, and reinforced iron plates to make. Fortunately, I can make both of these in a craft bench, and I only need 50 of them. So in total, I'll only need 50 crystal oscillators, 50 computers, and a bunch of these aluminum casings, which aren't too hard to make. I just should have brought more aluminum with me. But first, we're going to make the crystal oscillators. And we'll have to run over to the overflow storage to be able to do that. I'm going to put this up on my to-do list so that I know what I should be grabbing. Looks like I have a lot of everything except for the quartz crystal. We can dump this right here. That should at least allow us to grab a little bit more. Alright, it took longer than I'd like to admit, but now have aeronautical engineering unlocked. So why aeronautical engineering before anything else. I didn't even look at anything else. Well,
Ensure the presence of batteries at drone
aeronautical engineering unlocks drone and drone ports, along with a few other things that are very important, such as the supercomputer, which is odd because I thought the supercomputer was in the MAM. I'm thinking about taking this because it would make it a little bit easier with the other recipe. But if you look here in the Ethereum, you also get supercomputers. So, kind of odd. Perhaps it is just an alternate recipe that you unlock. I'm not sure. Maybe it's just an oversight that they'll be fixing soon. Anyway, so I wanted to unlock this because the drones are my idea of how I'm going to deliver things. It does mean we're going to need batteries. And I'm expecting them to take supercomputers, among other things. In fact, let's take a look at what it's going to cost us. So the drone port is 20 heavy modular frames, 20 high-speed connectors, 50 of the aluminum casings, 10 radio control units, and 50 of the what are they called? Aluminum casing. While the drones themselves are four motors, 10 of the aluminum seats, 1 radio control unit, 2 AI limiters, and a portable miner. That's what it's called. So the drones themselves actually aren't too bad. How big are these actually? It's actually not that big. So with that, we'll be able to transport things a little bit more easily. We'll also need to know what the batteries are going to require. So a battery is 2.5 sulfuric acid, which we make with sulfur and water. Perfectly fine. 2 alumina solution, 1 aluminum casing, and it will produce 1.5 water and 1 battery. Make those in the blender. Big ol' good thing. So yeah, I want to make drones to deliver everything and have the trains pick everything up. So the drones will kind of have their main area be at the overflow station, while the train will be used to go pick everything up from all of the other areas. So to start off with, we'll need to start making batteries, of course. If we don't have batteries, we can't have drones. We'll need to expect to make at least 2 drone ports and 1 drone. And from there, I don't actually know what else we need, but I think we should start with the batteries, since from what I know, the drones are super battery hungry. Like, you need a ton of them to keep the drones going. And that means they're going to need to get picked up by the train. Fortunately, we already have an area pulling sulfur up for us. I'm not sure if there's any more sulfur in the area around here, but for now we'll start with 1 and hope that that is enough. It looks like there is a ton of sulfur over here, so which is where we're already mining it from. I'll meet you over there. Right, and the great thing about the sulfur being right here already is that it's literally right below the trains. So we can just build another train station right there and be transporting the batteries back to the overflow hub. And we'll have batteries that our drones can pick up, which is perfect because I want the majority of the drones to be coming from there, if at all possible. We need a couple of equipment workshop. Need a couple of portable miners. Pointing it this way seems good. Some foundations down under it like you're supposed to. Alright, so we need sulfuric acid, which is made in the blender. I do kind of want to raise this up a bit, if I can. We also need to be getting water. Water extractor. We'll need copper sheets for that. I'm going to unpick the drone items here for now, just so I don't get it mixed up. And go get everything that I need for the blender. Alright, we're back over here. According to our list, we have everything that we need. I think I'm going to build up a little bit here to hopefully not have any issues with running into the ground. And make our blender here. Only going to do one for right now. Not exactly sure how much we're going to need. But now this should do. Get a water extractor in the water here. And a little bit too long. Pop it right there. I'm gonna go ahead and start this up because I don't know how much water it's gonna want. But I'm gonna turn this off. Did I do this wrong? In a refinery. That's good. I'm glad I spent all that time running over there and making that stuff. Refinery. If I can make the batteries here, actually, you know, that would be great though. I definitely would not mind that. Also, something I would love to see in the 1.0 update is actually the ability to switch which input is on which side. So if I wanted to have the liquid input in the right side of the refinery, I could, and vice versa. I think that would actually be a really great addition. Maybe it's something they've already thought about, but... Alright, so that'll make our sulfuric acid. I'm going to leave it off for right now. I'm going to go through 50 a minute. This is producing 120, along with 50 water per minute. So I can make a few of these. It's going to make 50 sulfuric acid a minute. I'm going to put those into packagers. Unless the blender has everything that I need. Or I have everything that I need here with a blender. In which case I'll just make the batteries right now. But I don't think that I do. I believe there's a little bit more that needs to be added to it. So sulfuric acid, yeah, and the alumina solution is what I'm missing, along with aluminum casing. So I'll need to send the sulfuric acid off somewhere where there is bauxite. I do not believe there is any nearby. Looks like it. We can go ahead and turn this on. And we'll put a packager right here. This bad boy up. Here, 3 belts should do it. 2. No, that's not what I need. Pipeline into this. Sulfuric acid. And we'll need some empty canisters. A constructor. Right here for right now. We will need empty canisters, which is going to require plastic. I'm guessing there's no oil around here. So, how do we make plastic? Doesn't seem like we can, but I actually have a little secret that I saved just for a moment like this. First, I'm just going to put the storage down so that this doesn't overfill. I have so many of these, I just kind of want to get rid of them. Okay, we'll run back here in just a second. Alright, so if you've been watching for a while, you might remember that I had crates left here by the oil generators, and I put a bunch of plastic in them. So what I'm going to do is take all of this back over to the sulfur. I'm going to load it into a storage crate, and this will be the plastic that I use in the meantime to make the sulfuric acid. I'll take the sulfuric acid back to the overflow storage, and we'll keep it there for the time being while I sort of figure out how I'm going to get everything up and running. And once the drones are up and running, I can just have the plastic delivered directly to the place where I'm making sulfuric acid. Or sorry, where I'm making batteries. Since I made access to alumina. So for right now, this will be how we deliver plastic. Back for myself to packager so that it can keep making the sulfuric acid. This is going through 40 a minute. This is producing 50 a minute. So I should bump this up a bit. So it doesn't fall behind. And we're going to take the sulfuric acid. I only have Mark III belts with me right now, but that is okay. What's the easiest way to do? So I think I'm just gonna lead it to. It's tough because it's very close to where we're getting our quick-wire from. But the quick-wire fills up a lot of space, and I don't know if I want a whole section being used for that. However, we did leave a Where's my train at? A couple of open platforms here. So, don't have a bricks. Okay. So we'll bring the sulfuric acid up really quick. Yeah, I kind of dropped everything to bring the plastic over, so I have to go get everything. So there is our freight platform. We just need to do a couple of foundations on this side. Just in time for our train to come through as well. That looks about right. But here we'll be able to hit it. Wait. Perfect. Belt on there. Pretty long belt, but if it works, right? And there we go. Now this will pick up the sulfuric acid along with the quick wire. I'm going to ride the train back before I miss it because I don't want this all to get synced off. But it looks like I got a little bit of time, so should be okay. So this is producing 50 per minute at the moment. Taking in 50 per minute. It's taking 50 water per minute, so I can go turn this down quickly. We'll just set it to 51. That it doesn't have any issues. And the packager should be good for quite a while. It's using 30 plastic a minute, and I have, I don't know, about 8,000 plastic in there. So it shouldn't run out anytime soon. This is using 50 per minute. That is perfect. And all the sulfuric acid is going up. Let's get up here before we miss the train. And I'll meet you back at the train station. Hey guys, normally I would put some post commentary like this at the beginning of the video to let you know of anything going on or any changes that I'm going to be making, but I just wanted to slip it in here at the end. First of all, thank you so much for watching all the way to this point in the video. It's very much appreciated. I wanted to update with the Satisfactory upload schedule. Currently, it is set to be uploaded every Sunday, Tuesday, and Friday, so 3 videos a week. However, starting in September, the Friday upload is actually going to be replaced with a new series that I'm doing, and the Satisfactory uploads will just be on Sunday and Tuesday. That being said, I am really excited for the 1.0 release. I'm really looking forward to getting a new save file going and checking out all the changes that they had made. That being said, I have gotten to a point where I want to take a little break from the game before that happens. I've recorded a few more episodes after this one, maybe 2 more. So this isn't the last episode of the series, but it will be one of the last right before the 1.0 update. My goal is to have a episode out on the 10th of September, which is the day that the 1.0 update releases. Of course, there's no way for me to know when the update's going to drop and how long it's going to take me to edit, and the game might not even be in a working condition, to be fair. We don't know, but that is the goal. I want to have something out on the 10th and then go back to the regular upload schedule of every Sunday and Tuesday, and if I can fit in an extra episode every week, I will try, but I don't want to overcommit to too many uploads during the week. So that being said, Satisfactory Update 8 will be coming to a close in a couple of episodes. Like I said, I really just want to keep the game fresh for myself when the 1.0 update comes out, and I feel like if I spend the next 2 or 3 weeks really grinding to make sure that I get to the last phase, I'm going to be a little bit burnt out when the 1.0 release comes out, and I want to spend a little bit of time trying to get ahead on this new series that I'm making, because it is a little bit more time and editing intensive, and there's a lot of information I'm trying to pack into that playthrough. So I don't want to fall behind on that, so I want to try to dedicate some more time to doing that right now. So like I said, thank you so much for watching this series. It's been a ton of fun, and I've gotten a lot of love and support on the series. It is something that I'm really enjoying doing, and I want to continue it in the future. That being said, if you are looking forward to the 1.0 update, it will be here on my channel no later than September the 11th, I'm going to say, but I will be trying to get an episode out on the 10th, and then in October, I wasn't sure if I wanted to announce this or not, but my goal for October is to actually have an episode of Satisfactory 6 days a week. So there will be an upload Sunday to Thursday, and then the new IP will take over the Friday uploads, like I said. Then on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, every day except for Friday, there will be a Satisfactory upload of the 1.0 update. And I'm planning on doing that throughout October. That may lead to some shorter, more edited down videos to make sure that there is still some footage for me to use throughout the month. But I'll be pretty much grinding Satisfactory from September 10th until September 30th to make sure that I have enough footage. Then on the 1st of October, I'll be making sure that everything is ready to go. And yeah, so hopefully you'll enjoy what it'll be 27 episodes of Satisfactory in a month, and then 4 episodes, maybe 5 depending on how the calendar looks, of the new IP, which I'm also really excited to get started. So like I said, if you made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching. I again really just so much appreciate you guys, and make sure you stick around and check out the 1.0 update. I will be trying to cover it the best I can, and I'll probably be trying to do some more informational parts of the update as well, especially in the beginning, just telling you what changes that they've made, any changes to recipes, changes to the way that things are set up. So if you're looking for something like that, hopefully this will be a good source for you. Thank you so much again for watching. Very much appreciated, and I will catch you in the next one. All right, back at the train station. We're gonna get ahead of the train. Put the sulfuric acid in to smart splitters up ahead, and we'll just change this guy right here. There we go. Sulfuric acid is going into this crate now. I am going to make a couple of extra crates for this one, I think. This can get deleted now. I don't really need to keep making computers. I'd actually like to start stocking up on everything else. We'll leave the train though, like, you know, that could be the train that delivers stuff to this area eventually, when that becomes a proper iron area like it's supposed to be. I think 2 is okay for now. I don't know how much we're gonna want, but it doesn't seem like we're gonna be making that many. And the other thing I wanted to do is, after this train leaves, is I just wanted to take a look at how the freight platform was doing as far as unloading things. Obviously, we'll have to wait until this is done, since we can't access items when it is doing this. And the third car, of course, is full because the other train just came by with all the quick wire. But it looks like it's doing really well as far as unloading things. It looks like it got to right about here before the last train came back, which is further ahead of where it was. This one is still a little bit behind, but these are starting to get chewed into a bit, so that is good. And the front and second one seem like they are unloading before the trains are making it back, which is great. So it seems like our train station is slowly but surely getting unloaded as it should be. It may help if maybe I come over here and just take some of the quick wire and move it myself, just to help a little bit. Obviously the goal is to not have to manually put everything in, but if it helps catch us up, then that is great. The wire I actually cannot help with. It is full. We'll just have to wait. That is all the quick wire from here. There's just a ton of wire in this, so it's going to take a little while for it to get unloaded. But that's okay. So I think this is a good place to call it an episode. In the next episode, I actually already have a plan in mind. I want to start making cables and producing them in mass, and I found a great place to do that while I was busy making the sulfuric acid. So we're going to do that in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching, very much appreciated, and I will catch you in the next one.